Hello and welcome everyone to our Fantasy Grounds image and map creation. I'm Josh and this is our Fantasy Grounds Unity Saturday stream where I go over all of the art related information as well as all of the demonstrations and usage of the built-in image creation tools inside of Fantasy Grounds Unity. So thanks everyone for joining me today, and I hope everyone's having a great week. So we'll jump right into this here today. What we'll do is, let's start off with, we just released another completed map pack. We'll go through these as well. All of these completed map packs that I have released, they all work in like a complete a unit here. They all kind of attach to each other, and each map pack attaches to the other ones as well. So it's all like one huge cohesive scene. So why don't we just we can kind of create this here. I'll create a new record here. And here you can see that this is all of the different pieces here, all put together. So what we actually have here, and if we go into our Layers tab here, you can see that each one of these can be moved around and changed into whatever you would want here. So this is all of the ones that have recently been done. So we did a bunch of like temple ruins with some other walls and whatnot around. Here we have a waterfall down into a cavern, and so on. But if we go into our, let's just pop over here, and we can go into our, I think we want to do the first one. And you'll be able to see if I grab this and bring this over. Well, the scale is off on these, apparently. So let's change the scale on that real quick. And this should match right up here. This must be the wrong one here. Oh, yeah, that's that one. These are my test images. So when you drag and drop them out, they should be all the correct size image. And you can see here, these all just kind of snap together to make these cohesive scenes here. And if we move right along, we can go into the second one that was released here. And these ones continue right along with all of this. So as these kind of progress here, I think we want to go to this one. And all of the ones in between, as you can see, they all just continually connect. And you can continue to build out these areas. Now, all of these map packs have been built with our a lot of the images that I've created. So you can actually build right on top of these and create anything that you'd want to. So here you can see we have this one nice kind of cohesive element here. All of these bits and pieces will all fit together appropriately. So each one can be used on its own, as I said, or in conjunction with each other. I know that one of the things that I often run into with my players is that they'll go outside of the bounds of the map, and sometimes that can be a little bit difficult to deal with. So one of the reasons why I like to do that is that you can actually grab a piece and just throw it onto it and connect to it. That's also why I use a lot of the painting tools when I create my maps, because those fill elements we can just drag out to any size we wish, and it's just to start to throw some other stuff kind of around on there as well. So if we go into the first completed map pack here, And you can see we have, I think it's 3, 3. Let's see, 1, 3. If we grab this over, again, these ones for some reason are not coming out at the appropriate size, but yours will. This will just snap right in here, and you'll have a good understanding about how these all kind of connect together. And again, you can continually keep going on through here. Oh, I know what it is. These are the other ones are all my test images without the XML information in there. So we can snap this, and this will snap right into here, as you can see there. Yeah, water effects. Yeah, and all of the line of sight should be included in these as well. Like I said, these are my test images out here. So I probably do not have the line of sight for these particular ones enabled on this version. What I actually do is when I create these, I have to put them through in testing and whatnot. So yeah, great. So we're going to be jumping right in. There'll be more completed map packs coming out. As well as some additional traditional map packs with lots of different items and images that you can use to add into anything that you want to create. But today we're going to be finishing up this map that we started. We're doing this kind of post-apocalyptic campsite is what we're doing. And let me just unlock this so we can kind of get in here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to organize some of this a little bit, create some folders. And let's put all of our water. I think that we'll... Let's just do the water in it for now. And then we have all of these effects layers, and then this is our painting of shadows here. So I'm going to do another folder for all of our effects layers, as well as are painted in shadows and whatnot, and we'll keep that so that you can see that we're really only going to be dealing with a very small number of layers. The other ones are just kind of set up to enhance the elements that we're actually working on. And by doing this, this allows me to focus really on what I'm really trying to do here. And so here's all of our brush, and then this painting layer is textures and debris. So why don't we just rename this? Here's our ground, and then this one is, oh, this is more water elements. So why don't we drop these right down in here? And do it like that. Great. So now we'll just be working with these 3 layers here. So we'll be using a lot of abandoned places, I think, as well as some other stuff. We'll add some interesting kind of elements in here. And I'm also going to be doing a lot more natural kind of stuff. I want to really build up some of this interaction that we have here between the water areas and the land. We can do like, I was thinking we could probably do like a log across or something along those lines, and give us some well, it's visual cues on the possibility of like crossing obstacles. So obviously this is pretty small little streams and whatnot, which wouldn't be very difficult to cross. But oftentimes I find that in your map creation, giving some sort of cue as to what you might expect to have happen. If there is a log, then people will want to cross it. So we should probably, before we get too far into lots of the detailing things, we should probably create our little bit of a campsite over here. So what do you guys think about what would be a good, do you think that we should do like some lean-tos? What do you guys envision for a campsite? I was thinking maybe we could do like a circle of rocks, you know, obviously. We'll build a little fire. We can do some different elements around. I think what I'll actually do is let's go into our abandoned places here. In decorations, I'm going to go into nature. We have some like rocks and whatnot. So I think what I'll do is, well, actually, we have like a lot of like debris kind of rocks here, but I want to do a nice small little rock. Whenever I do like a vague term, it always is going to be. So these are going to be like all of our stone objects. So is everyone getting excited for springtime? We'll grab maybe something like this. I think this is from like our desert. Yeah, we can do firewood and a stump. Yep. We can do both. This one's from our jungle map pack. Oh yeah, maybe we'll do something from the jungly one. That might work well. I want to do something that's going to be a little bit... let's grab that. What I'm actually going to do with this, I'll show you. Let's go into that jungle. That was jungle 3. And we'll go into our decorations here. And here we have some nice little stones and whatnot. And these could work really well for us. So what I'll actually do is, and this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually put it into my stroke. And this is going to be way too big, obviously. We're going to bring this down quite a bit. And then we can switch over, make sure our fill is off here. And I'm going to switch over to the circle here. And I'm going to do this on the debris area. Yeah, different people do have different tastes and let's see here. And with my circle selected, and because this is not a traditional stroke element, what it's actually going to do is repeat the image. And so if I drag out a circle, for example, something like this maybe, you can see that I can create very quickly, and I'm going to do another one here. I'm going to hold down Shift. And it doesn't matter if I line it up correctly. I can just come in here and grab this and roll it right in here. The main thing that I want to do is create some variations here. And I'm actually going to select one of these. And I'm going to reverse the direction so that we get a little bit more. And then I can come in here and manipulate this a little bit more and do some adjustments here. Now this isn't going to be perfect, but this is going to be like a baseline that I'm going to use to create my own little element here. And then I can come back into my stamp area and drop this image in here once again. And I can just kind of stamp in some additional rocks here. And I can even grab some of these other shapes. Now these are obviously supposed to be like really large rocks that you might see that were landscape structures or something. But in this context, this is going to be fine as well. And we have some pre-made kind of fire ones as well, if you just want to grab and drop it in there. I also have some like fire images. I believe that's in the Abyssal map pack. And we also have firewood, and these are from the interior map pack 2. So we can even do like a little stack of wood over here. Maybe we'll do it off to the side here, and we can do some of these other elements like this. And let's see here. We can do some kind of cool stuff here with our little fire here. We can add some neat kind of lighting effects from this, and we'll do some cast shadows kind of from around it. We want something that's going to be always trying to create a little bit more of a narrative for us. And so we can go into, I'm actually going to jump over into the effects layers here, and we'll, this one is our highlights. This one is a general purpose one for our areas over here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over into hide area. And we want to remove some of this stuff from that. And this one is, again, highlights on the ground. So I'm just going to remove some of that information from around here. And here we have some subtle shadows. And so what I'm actually going to do is add in some shadows that are only on the exterior of this. Now this isn't going to be like the completion of what we're trying to do here, but this is just going to give us a little bit more of I'm going to do some down here at the base as well. And we can go back into our highlights now. And what I'll do is I'll do some on the edges of this inside area here. I think I'll just drop a bunch of these in here. We'll just make it look as though that they're on fire here. And I'm going to go into my shadow painting area over here, and I'm going to grab this little circle guy. And I'm actually going to make it quite a bit darker here. And I'm going to hold down A and use my mouse wheel to increase the opacity of it. And I'm actually going to go down into this layer here. We'll get rid of that one. Make it a bit smaller. And I'm going to do this as like charred areas in here. And I want to kind of do this a little bit uneven. You know, we want things to, and then I can actually use an effects layer to do like embers. Do you think that this would be like a lit fire, or maybe this is something that was used and now it's kind of like dwindling away? So here we'll go into a new effects layer here. Oh, that's interesting. And we're going to go into our adjust colors here. And I'm just going to draw out a little circle of it here. And you can see we can increase these elements here. And I'll fade that out a little. And we can really ramp this stuff up. I'll bring it down to something like this. Yeah, we can create some nice little elements like this. Dying fire, yeah. And we can come into our abyssal art package. As you can see here, we have some, it's in the effects, yeah, we have some like little fire images here. So we can go back in. And I'll actually put this on the brush layer, I think. And I'm going to actually just bring this down. I'm going to lower down the opacity here quite a bit. Make it quite small. And I'm just going to kind of drop in some of these. Maybe there's like a little flicker of fire here and there. Yeah, we'll put this like here. And then, oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's put that back all the way up here at the top. Rather interesting. Seems to be something to do with the folder. I'll have to write that down. Great. I think what we'll do is let's create one more effects layer up here, and this will be for our smoke. And we can bring down a clouds layer. I'm going to bring this, I'm going to have it going in the other direction, I think. I want it to be trailing off this way. So my speed, I'm going to drop down to below 50. You can see that this is going to make it go the other direction. So the way that it works is that 50 will be at a complete standstill. And then higher than 50 is in one direction and lower is the other, as you can see here. It's completely stationary. So if we bring this down to something like 45, we'll get this nice little transition here. And we've got to bring down up the shadow. and brings the shadow into a little bit more context here to make it a little bit more smoke light. And again, we will enable a mask, and we can draw out our little smoke shape here. And we can, what I actually like to do to, we can do some off little bits as well. And we'll blur out the edges of that a little bit. Now, one of the things that I like to do, if I want this to be a little bit more, is what I'll do is I'll actually like duplicate it, and I'll change the parameters here. So let's maybe bring it down to like 40, and I can bring down the shadows. And on this one, I might actually even change the some of, and you can see you get this nice little like smoke that kind of just comes off of the campfire here. Great. Now let's add in some additional kind of elements around. We might want to do some little bits and debris and whatnot. Maybe some trash, or we could do like a like maybe some cookware. I think if we go into the yeah, we can probably grab something like this. Make sure we're in our stamp tool here. Actually, we can just grab oh, we don't want to do that up there. We want to put it down here. Let's build a little bit of a lean-to here. Maybe we'll do like a couple of them. Yeah, maybe do something like that. I think what we'll do is I'm going to make it like this size, but I want it to be that. Maybe we'll do it at a little bit of an angle here. And if we grab a post, something that's kind of rough looking, I think we can grab some of that stuff from the goblinoid. Yeah, something like this. And I'm going to go just below it. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we could even use some of these in the fire itself, right? Like let's break up some of the shapes in here a little bit. And we can grab in, I think there's some like, yeah, like leather and cloth bits. So we can grab something like this. I think those kind of break up that shape a little bit too much. I think we'll find something else that we're going to put in there. But we can jump over into some of these elements. No, we don't want that one. I should definitely rename these. I'm going to make this quite a bit oblonged. Oh, hey, Drake. Yes. Yeah, I did. It's quite the adventure. We're building your campsite here. And I think we can do like grab some more of this stuff. Oh yeah, this is what we'll use in here. Adding a layer for bedrolls, and then on top of that, do tents. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So we have this nice little lean-to over here. Nice big fire. And then we'll grab maybe like a couple of tires or something that they use to sit on. And some other little bits of debris and whatnot around. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's go into some of this stuff. Let's go with Oh yeah, we should definitely do like a piece of furniture. I think you're right. Oh, you know what else we have is we have like maybe not in this one. Maybe it's in the next abandoned places. We have like these like plastic chairs. Hmm, or like stool. Yeah, maybe like a piece of furniture. And then we'll get it all gunked up. I don't know if I have any like recliners or anything. Oh yeah, we could do something like this. This will work good. Oh yeah, perfect. And I'm going to do some little incidental shadows on some of this debris too. All right. Let's see. We'll add in some. I think I'm going to do a log across here. I think I'll just go with something like this. And we can turn off the aspect lock ratio. I'm going to make it a bit longer here. And a little bit narrower. I think I'm going to have it like this. And I can go into the parchment here. And we can just kind of remove some of that parchment from it. And then we have a little bit of stuff there that we have to take care of. And we'll have to make some adjustments to some of these shadows. Right, the fish are, it's very interesting, right? Like, because I live in Maine, and at one time, the logging industry was quite large here, right? And what they used to do is they would coat, once they would use the rivers to transport logs. And what they would used to do is rub mercury on the logs as they float them down the river to soften the bark, so they get the bark off easily. So we have so much mercury in our water that they recommend not eating more than one fish a year from local waters. And then we can go into, I think, this one, yeah, and we'll move back some of this a little bit. And this is what's so great about this system is we can come back in and make adjustments like this. And I just think it just works so well. Go back into our effects here. I'm going to go into this shadow one, and we'll add a bit of a shadow there. And we'll expose that a little bit. Yeah, we don't need thermometers. We're in Maine. It's just cold. That's all you need to know. It's always cold. And then I'm going to do a little shadow from the log, but not directly under it, a little bit away, so it looks as though it's a little bit raised. So something like this. Yeah, cold enough to freeze mercury. I don't know, Drake. You'll have to try it. Let me know. So what do you think we should put down here? You know what I think we should do is a couple of trees. We'll do a new painting layer. Well, that's neat. Up top here. Interesting. What if I just paint out here? Let's grab a tree. I'm gonna go into the abandoned back map pack. And I'll grab one of these trees. I think it has to do with these being in a... Let's see, which one is this? And if I go into here... Hmm. Isn't that curious? Howdy, Jason. I don't think there's any... it's not. Yeah, let's use this one. Oh, is that true? Yeah, I don't. I just make it up as I go. Giant crawfish. What is a crawfish? Kind of like a shrimp. A mini lobster? Muddy shrimp. Oh, wow. Is that why they make them really spicy? Because they don't really taste that good? I don't know if I've ever had one, actually. I've eaten a lot of lobster, but not. Maybe we can grab some of these ferns as well. Do people eat fiddleheads other places? You know, it's funny. You never know what is a regional kind of thing and what isn't. Yeah, fiddlehead. It's a baby fern. It's all curled up before it expands into a fern, so it looks like the end of a fiddle. A fiddlehead. Yeah. Future art packs, eh? Yep, there's more completed map packs coming, as well as I did like a World War II one I've been working on. More sci-fi stuff. What else? Lots of stuff. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, if you guys ever have any suggestions, I'm always open to ideas. This one we're going to adjust down a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Boats, canoes, and rafts. Let's see. We have some in the coastal map pack, obviously. One's not mine. This one's in the modern house from the boathouse part of it. And then, yeah. We have a few different variations in the coastal map pack 2. Yeah, it might be in order to do some more ship stuff. What do you think we should put over in this delta? Must be in something else. Hey, Jiminy. Oh yeah, some like pre-designed ones. Oh yeah, do some stuff under the water. We should do some trash in the water, like underneath, right? Graveyard? Yeah, I have a. There's a pretty extensive cemetery art package. Oh yeah, an old shopping cart. And then I'm going to go into the parchment. We'll take away some of this stuff. Yeah, I think this is starting to come together quite nicely. What do you guys think? I think I want to do some larger kind of rock formations as well. Yeah, nighttime would be so easy. We're building a map today inside of Fantasy Grounds. I think we'll go down. Let's grab and move this stuff in a little bit. Might even take these ones, like on this layer. We could drop this down. What I might do is do another water layer and put it on top to submerge the stuff a little bit. Let's try that. I'm just going to duplicate this. It's going to put it to the top. I mean, at the bottom inside of the folder. I'm going to put it to the top. And then we can just go in. Let's switch over to our edit fill and lower down that opacity. And we'll give like a little bit of a... We'll have to redo some of our splashes and stuff. We can probably just... Actually, we could just remove them. Or, you know what we could do, actually? Let's delete that layer. We can just go into this layer and go into our Layers tab here. And maybe just make this stuff a little bit... Whoop. Moved everything over. Let's see here. Put it back to where it was. Let's go into here, and then we can just kind of make things a bit bluer here. And then we can just drop this underneath the water's edge and the particle effects and whatnot. And then we can go into our water effects layer. Yeah. That'll put some of these rocks like underwater. And then it'll give us a good painting layer that we can actually put like garbage and debris under the water with. That works. And why don't we go into our abandoned art package and go to our decorations. Let's go to litter and debris. And I'll grab some of this stuff. Maybe something like that. And we'll put some trash down there. Now, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower down the opacity of these so they're not so bright. So it's more like this. Yeah, like that. Looks like stuff that's been down there for a while. And I think there's more Oh yeah, I remember that commercial. That was a long time ago. To like one of these. I'll grab one of these chairs and put it in there. Make somebody's patio furniture. Ah, thanks, Jason. What effects layers? I'm not exactly sure I know what you mean to the DM's table. All the effects? Yeah, so you mean like these maps that I build on Saturday? Yeah, all the effects and everything are included in them on the forge. Yeah, yep. So yeah, it's just a module that you load. The effects can't be in a drag and drop image because the coordinates of the masks and the effects can't translate like that. But yes. Yes, right. So anything like this is a total conglomerate, right? Like this will not be something that you'll find in your assets. So something that you find in your assets, this will be something that you actually find in your uh, image listing. So an asset can't have, it can have, an asset can have line of sight as well as lighting effects attached to it, but it cannot have like effects layers and whatnot. Oh yeah, we have lots of trails and roads, Drake. There should be quite a few throughout the different art packs, depending on what you want. And sometimes you don't even need to use an image. You can do it lots of different ways. So if you have a, here, let me just do like a little example over here real quick. And I'm probably only going to go for a little bit longer today. So maybe till a little 5 or a little after. So if you guys have any other questions or whatnot, please let me know. But here, let's go into the 2019 art package here. No, that's the module. I'll grab one of these grass tiles or one of these dirt tiles or whatnot. And we'll do a little demonstration here. A couple of different things that you can kind of do, create roads and whatnot. So if we come over here and look at this, we can do several different ways that we kind of approach this. One is what you're saying here. And in this art package in particular, if we go into our brushes, we've got quite a few different types of roads and whatnot that you can just grab and paint out, as well as like these little trails and whatnot. So if you grab something along these lines, all you have to do is just like you're going to be doing with like a normal painting here. And I'll make this a little bit smaller, and you can just paint out a road. Make sure that we're doing this correctly here. Turn off our fill. As you can see there, super easy to do. Here we'll delete that. But you can also do it with an effects layer, like super easy. So if you just add a new effects layer, you can come into adjust color, and let's do we'll add a mask to it, and I'm just going to reveal like a section in through here, and then you can just change the brightness of it or whatever. Probably going to blur out the edges a little bit. And you can always use your mouse to kind of like change up some stuff. That's probably like the quickest and easiest way to do it. Yeah, right. But I mean, if you're just trying to do some sort of color variation, just grab an effects layer. If you want more visual information than that, then all you have to do is a bunch of different ones like this, and you can just, draw out your little trail. I will oftentimes make it a little bit transparent, so it's not so intrusive, but any of these will work. Or you can always do like we did here with the fill element and erase out. Yep, we have cobblestone, lots of cobblestone and stuff. Yeah, in fact, there's one in the cemetery art pack that's like a stone tile path. But there's several different ones. And you can always grab something like this or here like this, and you can do it as a fill. So let's turn off the stroke and drop this in here. Right, and so we're just going to drag out like a fill element like this. And then you can actually add to it. So you could do whatever you want to, but you can also do it with the regular one here, right? Like you can draw out your path, whatever you want to do, and then come into here, and then you can hold down F and fade out the edges if you want to. Yeah, you should look. Oh yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it? True Warlord. Yeah, the image creation features inside of Fantasy Grounds are quite robust. We've been building this one. We'll add some more around here. I think we'll go into this. Let's add a little bit. Yeah, we probably do have about 4 hours in this. Sometimes we go off on little tangents and talk about stuff. You just get down to business, you can make maps very quickly inside of Fantasy Grounds. It's super fun. When I have to do like those completed map packs, and I oftentimes will do them inside of Photoshop, but I much prefer making maps inside of Fantasy Grounds because the tools are designed to make maps, right? Make things like that, so it's just inherently going to be easier. Well, do you guys have any questions, or is there anything else that you guys would like for me to explain or demonstrate? Or I think I'll do a little bit of shadow in here. That. Get these like buildup of these like clumps of plant. Like little pockets. You know how they all kind of grow in like little groupings? Trying to do create some like natural feeling environments here, right? Like thinking about like where the trash would collect by these elements. And we should probably make the water less blue, don't you think? Maybe we'll bring down the make it a little greener. I like that there is a lot of like color that kind of pops out, helping create a really good division between. But then we have all of this like murkiness and this kind of obscuring elements that yeah, asset management. So the here's the big trick when you're searching for something specific. Add the word brush to it or the word fill to it or whatever, right? So if I type in like stone fill, then I'm going to get like all of these elements that are kind of designed to be just like quick fill elements for stone. So you could use this for a road too, or even this. Now the fill features and the are a little bit newer than the brush features, so there'll be more results for your brushes probably, because you can't. One of the things that Fantasy Grounds does is it looks at the name for the recreation of the images. You can't change the names after the fact, but so like in the cemetery one, for example, that one, it's probably a tile. Yeah, it's a tile. So you could look up for tiles too. Most tiles are going to be seamless in addition to that. So if you were to look up stone tile, so you can get a lot of these elements. So if you look up trail brush, you'll get some trails. Roads. Here's one that's all muddy. And then we have ones that are, and this is just for like the brushes, for example. But if we go into our, what is it? I think there's some in the abandoned one too. Yeah. We have some of these like old, like concrete roads and stuff. Tar roads. If you're doing that, and there's brushes for that as well. And then in abandoned 2, yeah, it's all mostly like construction stuff. But yeah, if there's anything that you think that there should be more of or whatnot, just let me know. I'm happy to try to accommodate as much as possible. But yeah, I think this is a pretty great map that we've created here. I don't know if you guys do this like I do, but when I create maps for my own games, oftentimes I'll spend a lot of time making a map, and then the players will spend a short amount of time there, or maybe even none, never even get to that point. Oh, really, Jiminy? Oh, I'll make sure that happens. thanks for letting me know. I'll get right on that. Make sure that all of those maps that we've made get up on there. Great. Well, do you guys have any other questions, or is there anything else that I can help you guys with today? Because I think we'll be calling it here. Do you have any suggestions for next week? And also, I'm going to be starting doing some other image-related stuff, so we'll be going for the full length. I usually try to run till about 6, but we'll be stopping at around 5 today. Because I'm going to be doing some additional. I've had a lot of people ask about on the image creation side and what to do for like creating your own brushes and whatnot. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of that as well, in addition to these creating these maps with you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions, or if there's anything that you'd like to see done, we'll jump right into that as well. Oh yeah, we could do some stuff like that. Oh yeah, we could do like some Western stuff. I do. There's a whole Western map pack as well as like desert stuff as well. Oh yeah, we can definitely do that. Maybe we can combine some of this stuff together so that we can do all of this stuff. Yeah. Well, hopefully you can save it, Jiminy, for next time. It'll come in handy one day. Great. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you guys all have a great week, and we will be seeing you all next time.